Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Attack of the Killer Tomatoes for the Game Boy. In the last video, we did things, and we got to the last stretch of the game, which is where we're at now. I know for a fact that we beat another boss tomato, and it looks like we're going to have to beat one more, I think, in order to finish this game. So let's get out there and finish this game, which... we're already out there and we're finishing the game. Do want to look around a little bit just to get some pickups. Also want to avoid running into tomatoes whenever possible because that would be very bad. And you are jumping like mad just to avoid me. Well, you managed to get me after all. Yeah, this is where things get a little tricky and a little more treacherous. I can't believe I did that. That was awful. Well, at least I'll have plenty of opportunities to get more tomatoes and maybe get an extra life or two. Who knows? Definitely want to do that as I go through here. Especially with this skull tomato popping up right here, and nah, I don't want to go down there. Take more damage that I've already taken. And you just ran, or rather you just dropped right onto me. That was impressive. And I don't think he's coming back. Now this time, let's not drop towards the bottom of the building here. That way we can get to where we need to go, which is right here. Good grief. And if you drop down here, you can get some extra points. Which does something that I want to do and will do. And if you drop down here and to the right, you'll get 3 multipliers. Better than none at all. If I can get some more tomatoes, that would be great, because that would get me another life. And I don't want to run into that. If I can jump right in... well, that'll help. A little bit. Don't! Stop! Shrapnel... tomatoes popping up at the last second just to make everything worse. And now this guy is showing up. I keep expecting him to tell me to buy his salsa. I had to get that joke in. I mean, he's wearing a sombrero. It reminds me of that one video by Eminem and D12, my fans, where at the end it's Eminem raps about salsa. I had to. As world capitals fall to the tomato menace, Wilbur gets even closer to gangrene. But now the sound of war is interrupted by the heavy rolling of some new threat. Could it be Zoltan? Gangrene's secret weapon? I wish I had a secret weapon named Zoltan. But here we are at the final level of the game. Amazingly. Let me get a drink here, so... you know, talking is easier. And let's begin. Now we're definitely going to be picking up points and tomatoes and stuff, and I definitely want to make sure that I pick them up. Want to make sure that I totally do things as I move around here. Oh, are you kidding me? That was not a thing I wanted to have happen. At least I'm getting plenty of tomatoes to pick up, so I can get at least one more life. Do you keep respawning? No. I was under the impression that you did there for a second. Nope, there was just 2 of you. At least I can get up here for a multiplier. So that'll help with getting an extra life or 2. And I want to get over here and pick up this metal before I forget, because I know I'm going to forget. And that was a tomato, apparently. Can't believe I managed to catch that. And kicking that gave us a sword. So I'm already at the maximum of 9. Here's another multiplier there. Want to make sure I get that hit point there because I know I'm going to need it. Another sword. If you know what you're doing, you can definitely get your hands on some things and some stuff, which I recommend. I recommend it. And I now have 5 hit points, which I kind of recommend having. Definitely want to keep my health high as I do stuff around here. There's another multiplier. What do? You just give me another one of these things. Fair enough. And I believe if I... Well, there's nothing here to the left, so if we go to the right, we'll enter the... Oh boy. Okay, there was an enemy there. Gave me a slight increase of the heart rate there. Also had a slight case of the frustrations there, jumping on that guy. And at this rate, there's really not much of a reason for me to... Well, I can kick that for a medal. You get back here. Okay. And if we go over here, we'll enter the final boss area. We'll be able to get a few more points, I think. And the music loops, which means that Dr. Green is here one more time. So now it's time for phase 1, which is the beefsteak. We know what not... I'm back down to the 3 hits? Oh, that is some beefsteak right there by my standards. Oh no, I hate the fact that when you enter a new section you lose all your hit points and you go back to 3. Not a fine time, that. And I know he can't go back there. And... Can I jump on you, please? Actually, no, I probably shouldn't do it while he's over. That's my fault. For even thinking that was even remotely a good idea. Now we're gonna get to Form 2. Whose name I can't remember. And I don't like that he's over there. Okay. That's even better. Now let's not get blasted upon doing this. I don't know where he's gonna go. Okay, he's going over there. I'd rather just let him do his thing. Yeah, do it just like that. Let him come to you a little bit. He's gonna go... No, actually, he's gonna explode and then turn to the third thing, which we will be seeing soon. I don't like this. I don't like this even in the slightest. There's the third form right there, which has that weird-looking eye patch and those things that look like shrapnel tomatoes are actually projectiles that explode. And you do not want those hitting you at all, because if they hit you, that actually counts as you losing a hit point, which is really bad. I'm going to throw a sword just in case. Oh, the swords are really useful right now. And avoid the projectiles, grab the tomato can, and get out of here, because we just beat the game. And so, with Dr. Gangrene in exile, the tomato threat is put to rest. Who do we have to thank for this? Our all-American hero, Wilbur Finletter. Until next time, this is Whitley White saying goodbye and good news. And as soon as you press A, you get this awesome one-screen ending where the shrapnel tomatoes act as fireworks, and you get this awesome picture of Wilbur Finletter. We just beat Attack of the Killer Tomatoes for the Game Boy. And what a weird little game it is. Where do I begin with this? Well, the graphics are pretty good. Well, they're at least halfway decent. And you can tell what stuff is. I do like the fact that there's a couple of variations on the tomato enemies. Not just in their behaviors, but also in their looks as well. So they tried on that aspect. I mean, there's only so many ways you can make a tomato look. And the sound of music, it's alright. Nothing you're going to remember by the time you turn the game off, but, well, at least it's not horrible. Controls are interesting, to say the least. I know that the B and A buttons are reversed in this game, so B is jump and A is attack. But that's kind of the least of the worries in that regard. I find it interesting that you can press select to use your parachute, start to throw a sword. You have to press both of those buttons at the same time to pause. And if you're on land, you press select to use a skateboard. Though I never really found myself using the parachute or the skateboard. I found myself using the sword the most. They made the controls a little complex in that regard. And it kind of makes me wish that maybe this game should have come out on Super Nintendo, just to make it easier to pause the game, among other things. But thankfully, the controls aren't too bad. And finally, is this game worth it? Is it least worst? Bleh, I can't even say anything to save my life. It is at least worth giving it a shot. If you like this, go ahead and pick it up. I don't blame you if you don't. Just because of the weird controls and the camera being a little slow and taking a few seconds to have to catch up with you and everything. Other than that, not a bad game, this. Definitely worth checking out at least once. And that is it for Let's Play Attack of the Killer Tomatoes for the Game Boy. Hopefully you enjoyed this as much as I did, maybe just a little bit more. And hopefully I will be back with another game. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be bad. Maybe it'll be somewhere in between. Who knows? Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, Stay safe. Thanks for watching, and see you guys later.